Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to our channel today. I appreciate y'all being here. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us that very first time, welcome as well. Hey, it's great to have you. And before we get into our topic, a quick reminder, my focus, my mission here in the channel is I want to be able to provide as much information as I can to as many people as I can, across all regions. And the best way I can do that is when you choose to subscribe to the channel, you choose to hit that like button, you choose to offer your comments, which we love to hear from you, and then you choose to share the information with friends, associates, and colleagues. So if you've not yet done so, please subscribe. And then for additional ways you can learn more about me, learn more about my company, and additional ways you can choose to support the channel, be sure to check out those links below. And so with that said, let's get into our topic here today, and it's why gym businesses fail. Okay, why gym businesses fail, top reasons for startup failure. Okay, so if you're thinking of starting a facility, you've recently acquired one, or maybe you're giving some thought to doing some of that, or maybe you've been in business for a while, you might come back and revisit some of these to kind of understand, what happens here. But why gym businesses fail? And so number one on my list is you start the business for the wrong reason. You get into the business for the wrong reason. I recall I had a client one time, and they had a pretty good idea, and I asked him why he wanted to get into this business. He goes, well, Jim, I want to make money. I want to make a lot of money. And ultimately, that project didn't get off the ground. And I think in part, I know when he would meet with investors, and we were part of those meetings, it kind of came through that it was all about, him making the money. And, the reality is the folks that do the best at this is, hey, we want to bring something to the market that nobody else is doing. We want to do something better than anybody else. Here's our differentiation. We want to solve problems for folks. Okay, we want to provide solutions. What is your mission? Why are you getting into this? What is it that you want to do? Okay, if it's strictly about making money, that's probably not going to be the right reason. Number two, this one doesn't get really thought about enough because we get a little bit blinded by it, I think. But there's no market for what you want to do, or the market's too small. Okay, a good example, you're probably not going to be able to put a 15,000 square foot facility in a small town. You're probably not going to be able to support it. Okay, or maybe your idea, very creative as it might be, there might just not be a market for it. There might not be a market for what you want to do, or there might not be a market for how you want to sell it or how you want to promote it. But you really want to look at this and where is the market? Because one of the things that we always suggest when you're going to open a club or buy a club or things of that nature, go shop the competition. What's not being provided? What's not being provided? And and there's an opportunity maybe for some differentiation, but maybe there's a reason it's not being provided. Okay, so shop your competition. Where's your differentiation? What can you do differently? Okay, and in terms of there is no market, or the market's too small. One of the markets that is out there is what that I call that uncontested market. Because roughly about 20% of the people would be expected to be a member of a gym. So you've got another 80% that no one's really going after. Okay, is there a market there for what you do? Now, if your marketing is a big tractor tire and you're hitting it with a sledgehammer, that 80%, that so-called deconditioned audience, is probably not going to respond well to that. So, number two on the reason gym businesses fail, there is no market, or the market is too small. Number three, poor management. This one runs rampant. Okay, this one's all over the place. I talk to clubs frequently that there is no process on how we answer the phone, how we capture a lead. There is no process in terms of how we handle a prospect when they come in. There is no process on how we ask them to buy, how we get referrals, how we do follow-up. There is no process on how our website's going to be a lead generator. Poor management's so big. I think so many people, they look at this and go, oh, we're going to open up some space, teach some classes, bring some equipment, and this is going to be easy. And they underestimate, the management functions that go into this. And within that poor management category, I would put in there one of the biggest failings is that failure to really properly understand sales and marketing. Okay, you could have the greatest place on planet Earth, but unless people know about it, it's not going to do you any good. We want everybody in our marketplace to know who we are, and then when they come in, we want to have a process in place to hopefully build enough value if they want to go ahead and get started with us. Number 4, insufficient capital. We're underfunded. This is a big one, because when you're underfunded, what happens? Well, I don't have enough salespeople. I don't advertise enough. I don't market enough. So number 1, you can check the links below. We can help you with funding if you need that. Okay, it's a relatively easy process in most cases. There's always going to be something for somebody. So check those links below, or feel free to hit me up for a free strategy session. Happy to talk to you about that. But in terms of capital, we want to have enough to finish out the facility and operate, but then also on an ongoing basis, at minimum, we want to have at least 30 days operating capital on hand. So if it's costing you $50,000 a month to run your business, we want $50,000 sitting here in the bank, or it's a line of credit or even a credit card. Those things all can work. And maybe even you want 3 months operating. Okay, you don't want to get yourself in that mode of bootstrapping or making cuts. And I know when we get into turnaround situations, we'll start making cuts sometimes. We're going to get rid of unproductive programs, or staffing it really is unproductive or not producing, to kind of get it in line so we can have cash. But you're never going to grow your business by cutting it. You have to advance and expand into the marketplace. But insufficient capital is a big one. Number 5 on why gym businesses fail, some of the top reasons: the wrong location. Okay, the wrong location. And you can look at this a few different ways. Okay, you might have the best location, street corner, great visibility, signage, traffic, you got it all, but you're paying, I know you go into some areas, you go up in the Northeast, you're paying, Northeast US, you're paying $50 a foot. Is that the right location? When you look at, you want your rent to be 15% of your revenue, you're going to have to do an awful lot of revenue if you're paying $50 a foot on your rent. Okay, and so maybe you take a B location, the rent is half that, and maybe it doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but going back to our management thing, if you're good at marketing, you can take that B location. So that location, there's a couple issues in there. You can have a bad location, it's off the beaten path, no one knows where you are. You can have that prime location, but the cost is so high, it doesn't work. And so there's a balance in there. Okay, so make sure you get that location right. And then number 6, lack of planning. It's interesting always how many folks want to open up a facility with no business plan. And if they do have a business plan, they had a company write it and they don't understand it. Okay, I know when we work with clients on business plans, we do it in a collaborative manner, because not only is it a business plan, it's also a high-level education on the industry. So here's what we're doing, but here's why we're doing it, and here's the contingencies in case that doesn't work. Okay, so make sure you've got a plan. What's working, what's not working, what's the plan tangible and intangible, and then what are the potential roadblocks and setbacks, and then what are we going to do, if indeed that happens. So take a look at some of these. If you're a gym owner, gym operator, you're looking to get into it, you're looking to buy one, open a new one, you've been going for a while, some of these things can be kind of the secret sauce to what it's going to take to really get your business that next level. So appreciate you watching here today, folks. Again, my name's Jim Thomas. My company's Fitness Management and Consulting. As you know, my mission, my focus here in the channel is I want to provide as much information as I can to as many people as I can across all regions. And the best way I can do that is when you choose to subscribe, you choose to like the videos, you choose to comment, and you choose to share the information with friends, associates, and colleagues. So if you've not had a chance to do so, now would be a good time. Hit that subscribe button. And then to learn more about me, learn more about my company, and how we can help take your business that next level, be sure to check out those links below. And we'll look forward to seeing you all in that next video.